Okay, this is probably week 6, maybe, of my vertical garden that I'm growing in coconut husks, ground coconut husks, and then I am drip feeding it all the nutrients that it needs, since how there's nothing in coconut husk. So in this stack here we have the strawberries, which we've gotten some strawberries off of so far. They haven't been real big, but strawberries are strawberries, and it gets hot here in Texas, and so I can't do a whole lot about that. As you can see, the tomato plants are doing all right. This one here I'm kind of wondering about. It's got a little bit of leaf curl on there, so still trying to figure out what's kind of going on with that. But I have started spraying for bugs and spider mites, and then of course you can see that they are doing quite a bit of flowering. The next one over here, as you can see, we've still got a lot of tomatoes. In fact, that tomato there is starting to turn. And so we got a real good group of tomatoes on there. I did go ahead and start hanging the tomatoes yesterday, and as you can see, I have the twine here, and I'm just hooking where the branches go where the tomatoes are, so we don't put too much stress on the tomato plant as they overhang the lip of the buckets and break. So I planted 24 different varieties, not knowing what would do best. So this is just an experiment. I don't really know what I'm doing, but this is what it is, and they seem to be growing. So we're doing that. I have pepper plants in here. I have yellow crookneck squash in here. We have yellow squash that's starting to grow, and so those are coming right along. More pepper plants over here. We have some bell peppers, and as you can see, they are actually getting pretty big. We're just waiting for them to be a little bit more plump, and then we'll go ahead and harvest those. I also have bell pepper down here. The bell pepper seems to be looking good, but I have had a lot of trouble with the pepper plants this year, and I think it's due to a cucumber beetle that may be eating some of this stuff. And so, like I said, I've been starting to spray for those. Here we have more peppers, and you can see I'm still working with the problems with the peppers. They've got the leaf curling going on, and just about every pepper plant I've got has that. So I don't know if it's a nutritional issue or if it's a bug issue, but we did find the cucumber beetles on the plants. Up here I have zucchini coming off, and you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I can see right offhand. They seem to be doing real well in this upper pot because it's getting a lot of sun. The lower one's not doing so well. This thing here is a winter squash, and that vine kind of had broke, and I'm just leaving it in here to kind of see, but it kind of broke and it's still turning green, but we're probably going to lose that plant, but that's to be expected when we do experiment. This is the herb stack here, and we have different types of varieties of herbs growing all the way through here, and they seem to be doing real well. So we'll go on the other side of the shed now, where I have the other tomato plants. And now we did plant 24 different varieties because I didn't know which ones grew best here in Texas. Now originally I was rotating these to where they can get a little more sun. If I felt one side needed more sun, then I would go ahead and rotate those. But now that I'm starting to hang them because we're starting to get heavier with fruit, I will no longer be able to rotate these as they go around. But as you can see, I'm getting more tomatoes down here, and I think these might be Roma tomatoes. I've got a lot of blossoms coming off. I did plant some onions in some of the squares just to say, okay, let's just grow some onions. Like I said, just an experiment. Bunch more tomatoes down here, as you can tell. The one had a problem. It split early on. I don't know why, but it kept growing, so I just kind of left it the way it is. And we'll just kind of see how it turns out. And we'll kind of go from there. So you see, I'm just kind of hanging these. I think these are cherry type tomatoes here or something. I'd have to look at the variety, but they are they're growing good. More tomatoes here, more down here, and you can see where I've hung those up off of the top up here, and then also here at the end stack. So they're looking pretty good. I am injecting the plants with tomato food, and then also in that same tank is sodium nitrate, which is the Epsom salts, and then the second tank is the calcium nitrate. You can't mix all three or else it just turns to a sludge, and it won't go through the injector pump. So You come over here, I've got back in the shed back here, you can't really see them, is the two tanks, two 26-gallon tanks. And then as you come around the back here, I have the inlet line right here coming into a chemicalizer injector pump that is just, there's no electricity, it's just the water flowing past, makes the diaphragm go up and down, and then injects the solution into the drip system. And so I've got two of these in series that then injects the nutrients in. And so far, so good. I'm really happy. I mean, the plants have been growing very good. So it's just an update, probably around week 6 or so. We bought the plants small. They were $1.59 a piece. And so I probably have about 35 tomato plants. And then we have peppers and squash and those things. And we're just seeing what we can grow. So that's basically it. Thanks.